I'm 31 by the way.
Mhm.
And I try to explain, like, there's this one joke that's like fucking fucked up, and I try telling them, and they're like, I don't get it, and I'm like, what the fuck? And basically, the joke goes is, what's worse than locking your keys in your car outside of an abortion clinic?
What?
Having to walk inside and ask for a hanger.
Oh, fuck yes.
And like no one understands, and I'm like, dude, really? Like, are you that young? That's how they used to do abortions back in the day with hangers. Like, it's fucking
Oh my
hilarious.
god, that's greatness.
Yeah,
For
and
what you think it is.
yeah, I watch like all that dark humor shit. It's funny. And then there's like stupid funny things like how does a deaf gynecologist do his job?
Yeah.
He reads lips. Talking wise and the vagina wise.
Where we at on time, buddy?
We're about a minute in. I'm about to send you guys, or send you
The link.
yeah.
All right, I'll send you a link that you can send it to anybody you want,
Oh, okay.
and this will take them directly into the link to
Okay.
the show. Tell them that there's going to be a standby screen on, but it is the right site.
Okay.
Oh shit. Thought I had that muted.
Were you recording?
Only the voice, apparently. How? How? It's muted on here. How actually? I'm so confused. Okay?
Hey guys, what's up, man? This is Steven Longoria coming to you again. As you know, it's Thursday, 8 p.m., so obviously it's time for Jackal's Corner. Today we got somebody who I'm really fucking stoked to be hanging with today. He's one of the first people who ever gave me a fucking beer in the valley when I went to the Thirsty Monkey and checked out Wraith was playing there. And Below the Grave was there too. And I went and I was gonna go get a water, and I was like, well, I'm gonna get a water. I don't got any cash for it. And this man said, hey, fuck that, dude. I got you, man. Coolest cat I ever met. Then I got to know him about his music. And I'm very happy to have him here today. So with that being said, I got to give a shout out to my sponsor, 5x5 Brewery, out there in Mission, Texas. Get yourselves out there and get some. Devin just actually got to taste 5x5 for the first time, and believe he's liking it. So,
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So also to Concert Culture, who provides us with all our sound equipment and sound everything. If you guys need to get anything done for sound, shows, quinceañeras, DJing, if you need somebody with sound, Matt Rios at Concert Culture, he's your man. He's got it taken care of for you. He works with very, very talented people who will make sure your sound sounds tip top. Many musicians have used him already for their sound, so they can tell you he is really great at what he does. Also, Snack Attack, man, thank you guys for providing us our first batches of shirts. We really appreciate that, and for making us some face masks to keep us protected during COVID. Also want to give a shout out to Motor Ramen for sponsoring Jackal's Corner. If you guys are out there in the Mission Park, food park, get your butts over there to Motor Ramen and get yourself some good old grubs, man, because they got some great food out there.
And tell them Jackal's Corner sent you.
And let them know that Jackal's Corner sent you.
They'll hook you up with something.
They'll hook you up with a little something. So the only way to see what that little something is to tell them that Jackal's Corner sent you. So with that being said, while you guys are at Motor Ramen, get your butts right up there and get yourself a 5x5 beer. Motor Ramen and 5x5, it goes together like peanut butter and jelly. So let's do this, guys. I have today Mr. Devin with me of the Fragment.
So we sit.
What's up, man? So I've known you for quite some time, and me and you have had some pretty cool conversations, especially nights that I've gone into Thirsty Monkey and nobody was there, about maybe me and like one drunk ass dude and his crackhead chick, and me and you would just sit there and talk. And I remember this one time I was sitting there and I had finally got my disability coming through, so I finally had money coming through, and I went in and I bought a shot of Jaeger, and I bought the two other people a shot, and then you're like, okay, you rounded it up, and I pay you again, and I gave you a $20 tip, and you're like, nah, you already paid. I was like, nah, man, that's a tip for you, man. Nah, bro, I can't take that from you, man. I was like, nah, it's okay, bro. You've always hooked me up. I got you. You're like, nah, I can't do that. And then you're like, okay, I'll take it. And then later on, you come to me like, hey, bro, these guys over there, they bought all these shots and gave them to you. And I was like, this adds out to $20, bro.
Right.
You're like, oh, that's so weird.
It just happened. He was wearing a Speedo in the back over there.
Right? Weird guy. But I've always remembered you for always looking out for me. And I remember this one night that I was at Thirsty Monkey, and the crew that I went with decided to bail without telling me. And I was like, bro, I'm stuck here, bro. And you're like, yeah, hold on a second, bro. And you went and you talked to one of your boys that was there, and you're like, hey, you give this guy a ride, man. Like, this dude lives in fucking Mission. Like, his boys left him, and you're like,
I think I remember that.
mm-hmm. Right. And you were like, don't worry, man. These are good guys. They got you. They'll take care of you. And we went, and ever since then, I was like, you know what? That's a fucking guy that I'll always have his back, because that's a real fucking person. You know, a lot of people don't give a fuck about people in the world. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And especially when you work in a bar, you end up getting callous, you know, because you deal with it day in and day out.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it. I bartended before for many years. I get it. And And so I don't ever expect anything out of bartenders like that. And when you did that, I was like, dude, that's fucking real shit, man. And I told my wife about that, and it just blew her mind that somebody would care about somebody enough like that.
I like supporting the boys that are support the music scene kind of thing, and you've been like that since day one.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, this is like family. This is a guy that we gotta take care of each other.
Yeah, man, and it's always been like that. And I would always ask you about your music, like, hey, man, when are you gonna fucking play a show, bro?
I think I was even in a different band back then. Yeah, I was actually in Far From Embrace, if I believe. Yeah. I was in Far From Embrace.
Yeah, and it's actually funny how I came across your band, Fragment. Actually, is shout out to Troy and the Hero Prevails on this one.
Oh yeah,
because he made a playlist. He made a playlist, and on that playlist was y'all's music. And I came across it, and I was like,
was it on a CD? He was passing out like CDs.
No, he made a Spotify playlist.
I remember someone made like a CD of like all different Valley bands, and it was a song of like each band, and it was one of the coolest CDs ever.
Well, this is like bands from all over Texas, and shit. You guys are on it, and I listened to it, and I was like, who the fuck is this? Yeah. My exact words. I was like, Jay's sitting there, and I was like, Jay, dude, you need to look them up for me, please, and tell me where the fuck they are, because they have to be on Jekyll's Corner. Before I even knew it was your band.
No shit. What the fuck? That's crazy.
And I was like no shit. I don't give a fuck where they're from. Like, they have to be here. I'll pay to bring them down from wherever the fuck they're from.
And then you're like, oh shit, that's my boy.
And then you saw like McAllen. I was like, McAllen. Wait a minute. And I listened to it again. I was like, I got a fucking feeling that's my boy Devin. And then I looked and I said, see, it had your name. I was like, I fucking knew it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll get him on here, because I've always wanted to do something for your music, because I've always loved your music, and I've always loved your voice. You can sing like crazy, and it fucking blows my mind. I was just telling Jay about your music, is that I was like, if the right record exec came and heard it, signed immediately. I guarantee it. Like, I can picture turning on like VH1 or MTV and seeing y'all's video and y'all's music on there. I could see it. I could see people in a stadium checking y'all stuff out, and a bunch of people wearing your merch. I could see it. It has that sound. It has that it factor, and it draws you in, and it does that. And that's a very hard thing to do. There's a lot of musicians that are good, but there's not a lot of musicians that have that it factor that just draw you in.
Oh, okay, I get you.
And that's what a musician needs. You need to be able to draw that person who is in the back of the fucking crowd with his arms fucking tucked in and like, fuck this, I ain't moving for shit.
For him at least.
And then you fucking, you just target that one person and just say, boom, you're gonna fucking move. Because when you get that fucking person to move, that whole crowd's gonna fucking move. Guarantee it. Because that guy is that one person that's in that crowd who's putting out that energy that's keeping people not moving.
Yeah, exactly.
And it always happens that way. That one fucking stubborn little motherfucker in the crowd. And you get him moving, and then that's when that pit just, boom, it opens up. And a successful pit, you know, is a successful pit, because people get out of that pit and go straight over to the merch booth. And like, that was fucking badass. I gotta buy a shirt for this. You know? I gotta buy their music. And you guys have that. Like I said, I've been listening to your guys' music since that day. Like, every day. I just love it. I'm like, fuck yeah, I've been needing this. See, because we have a lot of very great music down here, but we need more fresh stuff. Something different. And this is like your stuff you have out now is like a blast from the past type stuff.
We do like a mix, like if you notice, like one Transcend is like very chill, soft, just like all vocals almost, and then you have Departures, which is a mix of two, like kind of whatever, like it has like the chill, like singing badass vibe, and then the heavy parts, and then we have Voices where it's just like slam down the face, like just
definitely
as hell.
And I could tell, just guessing, I got a feeling you're a Johnny Craig fan, aren't you?
Oh hell yes, yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
actually an asshole. I've drank with him 4 times, believe it or
Yeah.
not. And he's actually a fucking dick. Like
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
he's a fucking asshole. I've always been inspired by his vocals. Him and Tyler Carter.
Yeah.
But Johnny Craig, like he just has that attitude that just you make you when you become that famous at that level, man. Like I don't see how someone could be such like cold shoulder to like people, you know. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it just went to his head, and I mean, then again, he was going through a lot of shit, but yeah. He great vocalist. I've always loved his shit, like since back in Gavin Dance, like fucking the big ass mullet and shit like that. Hell yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say. I mean, you should have known he was an asshole. He had a mullet. I mean,
right? I should have known. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think the last time I drank with him was, I forgot where we were at. I think it was San Antonio when he was living in San Antonio for a while, and I don't know, some like random girl was like talking to him or some shit like that, and he's like, "Hey, buy me a whiskey Coke or some shit like that," and I was like, okay, whatever. So because we were already drinking the first one, so I buy him whiskey Coke, and he's like, "Okay, thanks, bye," and he just fucking like takes off, and I'm like, "Okay, like peace, like whatever." He took a picture real quick with me, and then he like took off. I was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
But
you see, I'm that guy that I love music so much that I'm very opinionated about shit. And although I love Johnny Craig, I love him to death. As a matter of fact, one of your songs you were was playing earlier, and I was like, "Fucking sounds like Johnny Craig." It's a very Johnny Craigy fucking song right there.
I feel like Johnny Craig's more like raspy. Like, actually, in the YouTube comments of like the music videos we have, like everyone compares me to Tyler Carter more than Johnny Craig kind of.
Well,
thing.
you had this one song that it had that very Johnny Craig vibe. It was that vibe to it, and I was like, "This motherfucker likes Johnny Craig." I guarantee you, this fucking guy likes Johnny Craig.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know too, because like in my songs and music videos, all the screams has been featured by a different screamer from the Valley, and I actually write all the screams and lyrics as well. Like the way the melody of the screams are made, I actually sit there in the studio with them. Like, this is how you're gonna scream it, like this, like that, blah blah blah, and the scream wise part, like I felt like I've always had like the screaming sounded, or I tried to write it to like kind of similar to, I don't know if you've heard a band called The Collar Morale, or whatever. In other words, like there's the screams that are always like the big deeps, like whatever. But I've always liked the mature talk screaming where you understand, like, I've had enough. Like kind of thing, instead of just like. Like I like to talk screaming, like the.
Oh yeah, definitely, and I think that's one thing that I like about y'all's music. It reminds me of a different time when I used to love listening to music. Now it's very hard for me to find good music that I really fucking dig and just can feel that shit. I won't say that I'm an elitist, because I'm not one of those. I'm just a very picky guy about my music. If it doesn't move me, it doesn't move me. And now I may listen to a black metal song, a black metal band, and then you show me another black metal band, and I'll be like, I don't fucking like it, you know? And then you may show me some fucking trap house music, and I'll be like, that's fucking dope as fuck,
right?
You know? It's just whatever the fuck moves me. It is what I like, and if I don't fucking like it, ain't nobody gonna change my mind on it.
It has been a weird like generation change too, because like there's some bands that, dude, there's probably like 12 bands I can name that, like when they first started it was all like fucking heavy, like blah blah, and now most of the bands that I loved are like they're still bands, but they're more mainstream R&B singing and stuff like that, or all that, and like the verses, choruses, it's more R&B instead of how it used to be back then, like in the emo days, and stuff like that. And it's a lot different, but there's some of the bands that still release insane music and stuff like that. But I'm like that too. Sometimes I'm like, yo, what'd you do? Like, why'd you change so much? And then there's that one band that's just like, fuck, you guys changed it a lot, but I'm digging it, you know?
Yeah, and I believe that an artist should always be able to change. Music is living. It is a living thing. It has to be able to evolve. It has to be able to change. It has to. It will die if it does not. And so it needs to. And a musician needs to grow and change and blossom into what they're supposed to be. But but lately, when I turn on the fucking radio, everything sounds the same. It's pretty sad that I can go from a rock station to a pop station to a country station and it all sounds the fucking same.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember growing up back in the day and back in the 90s, and you turn on a rock station, you knew you were listening to a fucking rock station. Mm. You turn on a country station, you knew you were listening to a country station. You turned on a Tejano, you knew you were Tejano. You pop, you knew you were pop. You know, now you don't know where the fuck you is. You know, you even have Christian stations that are playing fucking rock bands because they think it's a Christian song just because they say Lord in it one time. Like, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I've actually been asked that. Like, hey, are you Christian band? Because in Departures, one of my choruses is, and I'll realize one day, I sing it. I'll realize one day will come when I'll find my light or some shit.
Yeah.
And
that's my favorite song, by the way.
Because of just that line, like one day, like will come where I'll find my light. Yeah. Like people are like, "Are you Christian band? Are you Christian?" Blah blah. I'm like, dude, I don't even know if I'm religious. Like, right? Like I don't know. Oh, so you're atheist? No, what? I didn't say that.
That's always what it goes. Always.
Dude, I was just like, no, dude. I was like, I just write music like the way I feel. You know, like yeah. I mean, of course, like. We're not going to get into that, but, like, if I believe in God, I believe in God. It doesn't mean, like, oh, I'm Christian or some shit, whatever.
Yeah, you know? That's your choice.
It was just a metaphor in some way of something I was feeling at that point in time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And, I mean, and that's the thing is that it always goes like that. And, like, I've had people tell me, well, are you a Christian? No. Well, then you're an atheist. No. I believe that there's a higher power somewhere out there. Don't know what the fuck it is. But I believe that I shouldn't be a good person just because a book tells me that I should be a good person. I should be a good person because I should be a good fucking person.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't be doing it because of the end prize. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I should be doing it because it's a good thing. It's something that makes you happy. And I'm very happy when I get to do something for somebody. I love doing that shit. But a lot of people have ridiculed me because of it, because of that. And I'm like, listen, man, I'm just a person of fact. That's my thing. I'm a person of fact. And if there's no proof to something, I can't 100% go towards that.
Yeah.
Until I can get fact. And when you tell somebody that, they get all offended. Well, bring the fact. That would be the answer. Not get mad. Bring the fact.
Yeah.
You're trying to win somebody over, you bring the fact. If I was trying to tell somebody about the reasons of smoking weed, why you should smoke it, I'm going to bring the facts. This is why you should. Yeah. This is why. This is the facts. This has been proven. You see, to convince that person that this is the choice. You can't just say, well, because it says in this book. Well, guess what? In Dr. Seuss, it says red fish, blue fish, green fish. So what the fuck?
Right.
If that's our analogy that we're going to go with and our ideology that we're going to go with, that, oh, because it says it in a book, it's got to be fucking right. Well, there's a lot of fucking books that I can sit in there and say, okay, there's books about unicorns. I can say fucking A. I'm a fucking unicorn and I believe in fucking unicorns, which I do believe in unicorns, but that's neither here nor there. That's just because I've done a lot of fucking drugs.
Right.
You know, but that's the thing, is that a lot of people just hear things and they're like, oh, that's what it is, you know. I've had friends of mine write songs and a guy, he got off stage and the guy's like, are you gay? Because you said this in the song. And he's like, the fuck?
What the fuck?
People are weird. They hear one word in a song and they're like, I know what this song's about. And this is what it's about. It's so fucking not what it's about, bro. Dude, no, I believe music should be whatever the fucking person that hears it interprets.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I write my music. Like, I'll write something to a story based on me, right?
Yeah.
But then when I revise my lyrics, I switch up the words to make it relate to any other situation.
Yeah.
So the consumer could be like, say they're feeling something about a girlfriend or something like that, like it'll relate to them.
Yeah.
Or say someone's angry about something else, or someone's relating something to a family member or whatever. In any aspect, it comes to where it's kind of universal and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And that's how I try to write my music and stuff like that.
I could tell that
Yeah.
that you do, and like the song we were talking about earlier, where you talk about the light. I just figured it as where you find your pathway of what you're supposed to do. You know, that's how I took it.
Exactly, and that's basically how I wrote it, which most consumers could use it as in like, oh, when they're singing it or whatever.
Yeah.
They would be, because basically it's basically me looking for a light. I know one day that light's gonna come and stuff like that, but at the moment, like, it's deep inside my bones that I can't tame the enemy. Like,
Yeah,
can't tame the
I
enemy.
love it, man, and that's actually my favorite one of y'all's. Like I heard that song and it just freaking hit me hard. I was like, what the fuck? That's the one that made me be like, what the fuck? Who's this fucking band? And why? And then when he said McAllen, I was like, why have I not heard this band?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm supposed to know all the bands, man. What the
Right.
fuck?
Yeah, we took a different turn on the Fragment. Obviously, I was in Far From Embrace before, and we're actually the same exact members, believe it or not, other than a new member, Adrian. Amazing guy, by the way. But we basically, when we were in Far From Embrace, we did everything completely opposite. We were constantly going on the road. We are constantly like playing shows up north everywhere and shit like that. And we would play live all the time. And then people would be like, damn, that was so fucking sick. Like, where can I find you guys online? And we had nothing to show online. Like, nothing at all. So, like, when we made the Fragment, after a bunch of other shit that went down, we ended up me and Adrian made the Fragment. And then, my Far From Embrace boys were like, hey, we're down, let's go. So I was like, okay, fuck it, let's go. So we started making the Fragment music, and we're like, we're gonna take a different route this time. Like, let's write everything, record it, make a whole online thing, everything like that, music videos, fucking blah blah, make everything official online, and then play shows, kind of thing. So we went that route, and it's way better now, because before, everyone would just see us play live, but we can't find you anywhere on the internet. Now we're kind of doing things legit and stuff. And
Definitely. Well, I'll tell you this: Jackal's Corner is open to you guys anytime you need us. You guys, any shows, any of your new music, I'll give you an email that would directly send your music to Jackal's Corner, and that way we can continue to play your stuff, advertise your stuff. 100%. You have Jackal's Corner support 100%.
That'd be awesome, dude. I appreciate that.
Well, definitely, brother. Because
we do have me and Adrian have been working hardish on releasing some new tracks and whatnot. We got basically a lot of foundation down and stuff, but with the whole the bar, how we just reopened recently, like,
Yeah.
I've been there every day. He just had a new baby. Like,
Yeah.
everything's kind of been
Life.
rough and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we've recorded some of it with Rudy from Dark Art Studios up in
Nice.
Harlingen, and we've got some of it down, and we're still trying to like precise it. Like, we already have like the foundation, everything, but we want it to sound crisp. Like, what these back notes, and let's fix on this, and so it's taking a little bit longer, but we do have new music coming out soon.
And that's a good thing, man. And as far as you guys taking your time with it, that's good. You should take your time with it. Back in the day when I used to do music all the time, and I would try to pump out albums like crazy, you know. And I met this producer, and he told me this. And when he told me this, I was like, man, that blew my fucking mind. He said, understand this. Your music is your craft. It's your representation. It's your image. It's your label. It's your title. It's what you're going to be remembered for. It's you. So, he says, if you believe that yourself is precious, you need to do as a jeweler does. A jeweler, or a silversmith, as they're known, when they are processing jewelry, they put it in and they melt it down. So, and they stir it and they stir it and they're mixing it up. And the stuff that rises to the top is the most perfect jewel ever. It is 100% pure. All the contaminants are taken out, and it's perfect. And it takes months and months of this for them to produce just a small little bit amount of it.
Oh damn.
But you have to do that in order to get the most perfect jewel.
That's a pretty good analogy. That's it makes a lot of sense. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we do. And sometimes like you have to take that long too, because there's times where we've gone like overboard, like, oh, there's too much happening now, like when writing, like there's this too much of this in the background, this isn't blending, like blah blah. Sometimes it's just simplicity is perfect, like it's just the most simplest like fucking thing, like, hey, you don't have to add more to it, like but we're over here overthinking, like, oh shit, like kind of thing. And I whether you feel you like it or not, there's always going to be someone out there who hates it. Like, there's always. And, like, say there's one that really sucked or some shit. I remember my first band, A Crown and Peril, like, I loved our music, but there was people who fucking hated it and stuff like that. And I was learning how to sing, and I always went by a skater thing when I was a teenager. Yeah. And it was like, you got to eat shit to gain shit. Yep. Like, you fall down, you get back up, you do it again, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
That's how you learn, you know? Like, and that's... I've been doing that since. Like,
absolutely, man, and that's exactly how it has to be. I mean, every single band in the Valley, whether they want to admit it or not, they got people who fucking hate on them.
Oh yeah.
Because people are fucking dicks, and people fucking are jealous, and people don't fucking like you because of this beef or that beef, or you talk to my girlfriend or any of that shit. You get all this shit, and I'm like, dude, it ain't even about that. It's about the fucking music, man. It's about the fucking music, okay? And I hear it more times than not that a lot of people's friendships or support end because, oh, they talked to my girl. Shut the fuck up, okay? Well, why didn't your girl say that she was taken?
Right? You know? Like, what the fuck?
It takes two to make a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just one person. You know? And yet, you know, I understand it when somebody says, nah, that motherfucker's my boy. That's a different story. That's a whole other different fucking story. Then that motherfucker know. And that's bro code. You know?
Yeah.
That's bro code, you know? You just don't fuck with bro code. I get that, but there's bands that I've met that they say, well, I don't support them because they fucking dated my ex, or they did this with my ex, or... Okay, that's the thing. They're your ex. That's the key word. Your ex. Mm-hmm. That means no longer with you. Means what happens in their life is their life. It means all's canceled out now.
Yeah, like, why do you make a grudge with some random guy you don't even know?
Yeah, like, that makes no fucking sense, dude. Like you sit here saying, well, they're really good, but they fucking dated my ex. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Are we in second grade now? We in kindergarten?
Exactly.
We gonna start fucking finger painting? Like, what the fuck, man? I don't get it, man, because I don't like that shit, dude. Music is so beautiful and so passionate to me that I get fucking very pissed with it. When people fucking offend me like that. That's offensive, man. Like, you fucking are saying that this person doesn't deserve fucking success in his music, or congratulate that he's doing good just because of someone he dated. Fucking hey, that's elementary, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that.
A lot of people, definitely people not in the music industry, like, they don't understand how much like dedication and shit you have to put into just even writing a simple song, or even even a rough draft. Like, they don't understand. They just like,
well, yeah,
like
it's hard. And this is the thing. There's been times I've met bands and they've had music that came out and I didn't like it. But I didn't go tell them, oh, you fucking sucked. You know? Now, granted, if a band fucking sucks and they act like they're King Dick, best believe I'm gonna let them know that they are not King Dick.
Right.
You know, I've seen bands that totally fucking sucked and then treated fucking bands that were fucking amazing like shit. And I'm like, yeah, it don't work that way, bro. That's the badass. You're the one that needs to learn from that one. So don't treat them like shit. No, I don't play that shit. You know, that's not a cool fucking way to be. If you want to make somebody feel bad, I'm going to make you fucking feel bad too.
Yeah.
Because you need to see how that fucking feels. You know, I don't think that's right. We need to support
Luckily
everybody.
in the valley though, we don't have many of those. Like everyone I've met in other bands and stuff, like they're always so chill and just so
Yeah,
like,
I meet a lot of chill ones, but I've met some fucking assholes.
Oh, yeah?
I've
Yeah.
met some fucking dicks, like real fucking dicks.
oh no shit.
Like, for the most part, they're always really fucking chill. But there's been like 3 people that I've met that were fucking dicks.
Damn.
Like dicks. I was like, bruh, you're playing the same fucking venue, bro. Remember that. You know, I don't understand it. I don't. There's some really cool bands like Venomous. Fucking amazing people. Like those dudes will fucking party with you and hang with you and love on you and support every fucking band and fucking give shout outs while they're on stage to every fucking band. Tell people go buy their fucking merch, post it on their fucking pages. Fucking amazing. That's badass. You know, they'll even buy fucking beer for the fucking bands and fucking party with them, and that's cool. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
You see, because we're all family. And then you meet fucking assholes that they just think that they're the fucking king of all. And that's not the way to fucking be.
Hell no, dude.
That's not the way to be, because
never let shit go to your head like
you
that.
never, because it's bullshit, man. When you do that, it's not good. And it shines on your fucking music.
Exactly. Once you start doing that, you're already ruining the reputation of not even
Yeah.
your face yourself, but the name that you're facing for. You know,
Mhm.
like it's just like, dude.
You know, and I mean the bands that I support, which is pretty much every fucking band in the valley, have all been really cool people, like amazing people, amazing. I mean, me and my wife freak out still to this day every time I've ever been in the hospital. Just the outpour of love that comes out from the scene. My wife freaks out with it. She's like, your own family doesn't give you this much love.
Oh, dude, you've met so many people. I've met you so many times, or I've seen you at shows and blah, blah. Dude, I've seen every single band member like, whoa, what's up? Like all up on you. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you do have a very great loving.
And
fucking
it's just
following.
because I believe in one policy, to love everybody.
Yeah.
Just love them. I not love with a condition or love with an understanding. Just love them.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck who they are? The only time I'll be like, nah, nigga, is if they've harmed children. Then I'll be like, yeah, I can't fucking roll that way, bruh. Anything else, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know, do you. You do you, you know.
Do you, boo boo?
Yeah, you know. But yeah, man, so because of COVID and because of, well, just life, y'all's recording is going to be on hold for a little bit, or?
Yeah, so when COVID first hit, Rudy from the studio, like, they were obviously, you're not gonna, right when it first happened, like, they're not gonna be taking anyone into the studio, like, yeah, everything was shut down, everyone was scared and stuff like that. So yeah, that already put us in kind of a whack or whatever. And then because of all that, like at the same time, a little bit months before COVID, I think I've told you before that we don't have many of our members anymore.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. Yeah. So basically, because we're all in the ages around 30. Or instead of our drummer, I think he was like the youngest or
Okay.
whatnot. But so basically, before COVID, like things were already kind of getting rough. One of our guitarists, like he literally had a baby, got married, and got a new place, like all within like a few months. So, yeah, so he had to like kind of like settle and stuff like that. And we're like, hey, bro, we're here. Like, don't worry, take your time, kind of thing. Our drummer, he was kind of like going through some stuff with an ex or whatnot. He was real tired as well. He did a lot of the writing instrumentally, like,
Yeah.
so Adrian had like foundations guitar wise and stuff like that, and like Leroy, fucking dude, this kid was like,
Well, if it's anything from what
insane.
I've been hearing,
Uh-huh.
it's
Yeah, this kid was like, holy fuck, like he would go in and like add this to the guitar, blah blah. And this guy is actually like, he's always wanted to just be a guitarist because he writes a lot of the guitar. Like he writes a shitload of the guitar, But other than that, it's hard to find drummers in the valley, so he did all the drums too, and he wrote all the drums himself. Blah, blah. And then we go to the studio. He does the bass also, and then in the studio too, he does all the background keys. All the he hears like the beats in his head, like his ear is just insane. So
amazing.
His transitions, like all of our songs, like the transitioning that he would do with like everything from like a verse to a chorus or a chorus to a breakdown or something, like it was just beautiful. Like it was insane. But he did have a lot of weight on his shoulders as a bandmate.
Absolutely.
And he got pretty tired of it and whatnot, and he kind of just wanted to go his own path and maybe do I think last I talked to him, he wanted to do like just drum YouTube videos, like covers or stuff like that. You know how they do. Yeah, so most of the members they called it quits because the COVID thing, blah blah. And I was pretty close too or whatever, but me and Adrian were like, nah, like let's still keep going, blah blah.
Yeah,
so we started looking at old emails of like when we first made the Fragment, and we're just like looking at old, like, because there's a bunch of like random guitar parts of like one song of only like 30 seconds and then like this of that and blah blah, and then we ran into a track and we're like, oh shit, like this sounds really cool, why didn't we ever use this, blah blah. So this past few months, while this whole COVID shit's been happening, like we've slowly been like piecing it together. We already got the foundation down and stuff. Like basically all I have to do is go in and do vocals basically.
Nice.
Except this time I'm actually gonna do the screams and the cleans.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've never done the screams tracking wise. It's gonna be my first time, and I'm a little hesitant, but I'm just like, I do it live all the time.
Yeah.
Because live I always do everything, the screams. I've just never done it in the studio, so I'm kind of excited, kind of like, oh, is it gonna come out good, you know? A lot of the screamers who featured in our past tracks, like you're talking about big guttural, like like
it's hard, my man.
And I'm just like, I don't know if I can do that, but I'm gonna try it. The way I have it pictured in my head of this new track is very I feel like it would still blend good, you know what I mean? Yeah. So with me, so right now it's just me and Adrian. I don't think like there's been talks of like a new guitarist coming in and maybe a drummer and stuff, but it hasn't been official yet. Right now we're kind of just, let's finish like trying to release something, you know, kind of thing.
Let's get shit together first. Yeah.
But other than that, it's just me and him at the moment.
Well, hey, whenever you get to the point where you're wanting to officially bring people in, let Jackal's Corner know, and I'll advertise it on here. It's for people to get hold of you guys. I'll send some towards you too, because I know a lot of kick-ass musicians.
Oh, badass! That's another thing, dude. A lot of people, you'll be so surprised. There's like friends of mine that I've hung out with years or acquaintances for years, and then like they'll be like, dude, you're in a band? Like, I never talk about it that much. Like, no one knows I'm in a band. Like, or no one knows I've been in bands or sang and stuff. And they'll just be like, what the fuck?
See, with me, when I first met you, that was one of the first things I asked you, too. I was like, you're in a band? You look like you're in a band.
Right. You look like you're in a band. No, everyone just thinks I'm the Thirsty Monkey guy.
Yeah. Wait, and that's how usually people know you, too. Because, like, I was telling people at the Fragment, they're like, the Fragment, I was like, Devin's band, damn it, Thirsty Monkey. Oh, damn, okay.
Dude, I used to go to Walmart. And I'd be at one of the, before they had the self-checkouts.
Yeah.
And I'd be there at like one of the registers, like waiting in line. And then 2 registers down, there's a random person I never met in my life. And they'll be there like, hey, 2 Jaeger bombs, like, and I'll be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, who the fuck? Yeah, like everybody.
Yeah, dude.
Or they'll just be like, hey, you're the Thirsty Monkey guy, or you're the Jaeger dude, and I'm just like, okay. You know?
Yeah.
But then I've actually gotten from like actual musicians who actually listen to the genre and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few times where I've gone to like Houston to shows or San Antonio and blah blah, and they'll be like, hey, you're Devin Ryan, right? Because I guess my band name's Devin Ryan. And they're like, you're Devin Ryan, blah blah. And dude, that's always the best feeling.
Oh yeah.
Always the best feeling. Like, even here in the Valley, like I've had some people like, hey, do you have a band called The Fragment? And I'm just like, Yeah, and they're like, holy shit, blah, blah. Like, you're the bartender here? And sometimes it's opposite, but it's very rare. Usually
Yeah.
it's more like, thirsty monkey, thirsty monkey.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I also want to give a shout out to my boy Vinny D, who's gonna be watching tonight, and said that he loves you. He says you're fucking awesome, and
Dude,
he fucking
Vinny
loves
D,
you.
oh my god, I love that fucker. Sorry, I love that guy. I love that guy, dude.
Yeah.
I felt so bad once because this guy got me and Fernie an acoustic gig like all the way in Buckfuck, Egypt. I forgot where it was. It was like on a trailer or some shit like that. And usually I'm pretty good at like controlling my vocals and like singing and shit like that. And so we do this gig for him at some beer place like out on a trailer. And I was fucking embarrassed, bro. Like, it was probably the worst acoustic show I've ever played in my life. The reason for was, dude, I don't know why. Usually, so a weird thing about me is that I actually don't drink anything. Like, I don't drink any, like, beer or alcoholic anything before I sing.
Yeah.
Reason for some reason, it dries my throat up, cotton
Yeah.
mouth, like, everything like that. I actually drink Red Bull and somehow it lubricates my fucking lubricant. Don't ask me why, it just does. But so anyways, dude, we went over there, like it was like we went there like at 5 because the drive was a while, and I think we played like at 7 or some shit like that.
Was it with Fernie?
Yeah.
It was the brew fest over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Rio Grande, bro.
Exactly. So, dude, I have the biggest cotton mouth ever, bro, and I'm here like I can't even swallow my own fucking like.
Oh.
My tongue, like nothing, dude. So we start singing, bro, and I was just like, dude, this fucking sucks. Like, and I was just there the whole time, like, dude, I'm trying and I can't. Like, my fucking throat was so dry, and stuff like that. Like, and people were still like, oh yeah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, dude, like I could have done so much better. That was probably one of the most embarrassing shows ever. But yeah, Vinny D hooked us up with that, and it's still appreciated. Thank you so much.
Definitely, man. Well, hey, man.
Cool.
I don't know what you're gonna be doing on Thanksgiving, but maybe in the evening time, if you want, swing on over and hang out with me and Mr. Vinny
No shit, on what day?
on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Like in the evening time. If you're not
Oh,
doing
no
anything,
shit.
come
Okay.
on over, man. Vinny's gonna be over here, and you're more than welcome to come and hang with me and Vinny. So
Fuck yeah, hell yeah.
yeah, man.
That's my boy.
Hell yeah, dude. I fucking love that guy to death, man.
Yeah, that guy makes me crack up all the time too.
Oh my god, so easily. I remember he used to do a open mic over here at Stokely's Cigar Bar, which motherfucking place needs to reopen. We need to start a petition. Hashtag
Where? Which one?
Open Stokely's. Stokely's Cigar Bar. It was here in Edinburgh.
Oh, no
Over here
shit.
off of Klausner. Bro, you would have loved that place.
The last time I drank here in Edinburgh was probably like, I know it sounds retarded. I haven't been here in a while. Drunken Clam.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
See, Stokely's can only be described as this. You ever seen the TV show Cheers? There's
Yeah.
That. It is. Everybody knew you. You walked in the door, everybody knew you. The bartender would see you come in through the door and already knew what you wanted to drink.
I already knew what you want.
Boom, it was there for you. Everybody had your back. You didn't have to worry that shit was gonna go down and you were gonna get hurt. You didn't have to worry about any of that shit because that's how it was. It was family, hanging together
No shit.
and loving music. And somebody that I don't mention a lot on here, and I should, is JD and Jess of Stokely's, because these are some guys these guys literally love music so much that they want to put a show together out of their own pocket, a private show out of their own pocket to get musicians to be able to play, just because they miss seeing live shows.
No shit.
Just because they miss live shows, they're willing to pay for a private venue and everything that needs to be happening to where this. And to that, I say that's fucking awesome. And that's an amazing way to be. And Stokely's is definitely a place that needs to
And they're
reopen.
shut down completely now?
Well, just for right now, because they're going to look for a new building.
It's like Cena, dude. Fucking.
Hey, what's happening with that?
Well, so Cena, like, basically the only way, and it's the most stupidest thing ever. I don't know why they haven't done it, but basically one of the city ordinances was to, in order to, no bars could be open unless you sell food, kind of thing, or whatever. Which I'm like, I mean, they did popcorn. That counts as something, you know.
Well, that's
like
concession.
sometimes,
That's
yeah.
considered
Well,
concession.
see that's technically what could work. So basically, like, just to like open up Monkeys, for instance, like all I had to do was fucking put a microwave somewhere behind the bar. And I don't even use a bitch. Like, you know, like I don't. Like I really don't. But like them being closed, like, it's always like they're still closed right now, and I have no clue why. I know me and a lot of others that I saw online when they needed help during the first COVID incident, like they were asking for donations. A lot of us helped.
I'm gonna put this out here right now. Shooter, Bert, if you guys are watching tonight, I give you my promise this. If you guys want to open, I will personally take my little bitty barbecue pit up there and barbecue weenies or whatever the fuck it needs to open CNET, because CNET needs to be fucking open, because that is the heart and soul of the fucking music scene.
Hell yeah.
And I will fucking do that for you guys. No fucking problem. No fucking charge. You guys have done so much for the scene. So, Shooter or anybody with CNET, Freddie, Bridget, any of you guys watching, man, let me know. I promise you guys. You come pick me up, I'll take my little fucking barbecue pit and I'll barbecue weenies all fucking night long to keep CNET open. I don't give a fuck. I love you guys, so it has to happen.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I walk past there all the time. I'm like, why are they not open?
Breaks my heart, man. So, let's go to some music, man. Let's put some Fragment on so the listeners can hear what we're working with here. So what would you like to play from you guys? We got anything that you got on Spotify or YouTube we can do.
Well, I pulled up those videos, departures and voices.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Either one.
Let's do Departure.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the Fragment, the Departure, right here on Jackal's Corner. Guys, they got Facebook, they got Spotify, so they got YouTube. So go like all of their pages. I want you guys to show them more love than a crack horse shows a crack pipe.
Woo!
So let's do this.
Yeah, big boy.
So let's do this, guys. The Fragment with the Departure. Here we go.
These departures will send me free.
Okay, guys. So that was the fragment with Departed. Next we got next we're going to have
Voices.
Voices by the fragment. So guys, sit back, pour yourself a beer if you got some 5x5. If not, pour yourself something like that, and enjoy this, man. Roll up a fatty. So this is the fragment with Voices. Okay, guys. So we are back with Jackal's Corner, hanging out with the Fragment. Um, so I got this shirt on right now of the Fragment, and they got some another cool ass shirt. Hey Jake, can you pass me that shirt right there? They got these cool ass shirts right here too. As you can see, that's the back. There you go. You got the front right there. They are pretty much out of these ones right now. But check this out. hit up Devin Ryan on Facebook or hit up the Fragment on Facebook, and you can pre-order these shirts so that you can get yourself one of these. Now you want to pre-order these because these went really, really fast.
Really fast.
So this is literally the last one right here, all right here, and it's mine. So fuck off, and you can't have it. So you guys do that. Pre-order those shirts because you want one, and you don't want to be one of those guys that is left out having to get a generic version. So let's do this,
like
guys.
the one you're wearing.
Yes. Yes. So we're going to get right back into it, man. So yeah, man. Other than that, man, what else have you been doing, man? I know you're handling that stuff over there at the Thirsty Monkey still, handling it right. And actually, everybody get this guy a fucking applaud next time you hear him because Thirsty Monkey wouldn't be open if it wasn't for this fucking guy.
Yeah.
So all you motherfuckers that had great fucking memories and met your baby mamas there and got your STDs because you met the girl there and all that fun shit that you got that you're going to be one day being like, fuck, that was a life. All that good shit. Thank Devin because Devin's keeping that fucking place open.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys.
Yes. So yeah, man. It's crazy all the time that I've known you because I mean it started there at Thirsty Monkey and I do miss those days. Oh fuck, do I miss Thirsty Monkey days and badass shows and all that shit like that. I remember this one time Avert Enemy was playing there at Thirsty Monkey, and this is actually how I first met Avert Enemy was at Thirsty Monkey. You guys had that alley in between in Thirsty Monkey.
Yeah.
Right there where that fence was. And I was at the show already, and some of my friends wanted to hang out outside, and I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? You know, I want to see these guys. So I climbed up on the back of the fence and just sat out there just headbanging, fuck yeah, right behind the stage. And they look up and they just see me all headbanging, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that's fucking brutal, man. Yeah. But I fucking love those guys, and I've had so many great memories at that place, and I think it's
I've always loved the Thirsty Monkeys. Reason for is when I first started working there, I bartended previous and managed some other bars before I even went to Thirsty Monkeys like 8 years ago or whatever. But the reason I stayed there and I stick there for so long is when I was at first in my last band, Far From Embrace, touring like crazy. Like they were very lenient on I didn't have to do a 2 weeks notice. Oh, I have a show. Or we're doing this, or we're going on tour, blah, blah. It was literally, the owners were so sweet about it. They're like, Devin, you can have whatever day off, blah, blah. Like, say it was last minute. Say it was a Wednesday, and then I got picked up for, like, a small little tour, San Antonio, Houston, Austin. Like, that starts on Friday. I'll be like, fuck, like, I'm gonna have to be gone this whole weekend, like, all last minute. They'll be like, don't worry, we got you covered, like, blah, blah, like, your job's always here when you come back, da, da, da. And they've always been like that with me, and it was like the coolest thing ever. Like they understood, they supported me and stuff like that. So I stayed there, and then kind of when we stopped the tour or whatever, like I started like working more and stuff like that, and like that's when we started the whole let's do shows at Thirsty Monkeys. I was like, shit, well, I'm not gonna be I want to fucking have shows here, you know. And so I think the first one who started it, believe it or not, was Louis Blunt. Yeah. Gribble
Nation, man.
Louis Blunt started the first, like, oh, let's try shows out here and stuff like that. And we're like, fuck it, let's
Absolutely,
go.
Man.
Yeah.
And shout out to Louis Blunt, man. A lot of people talk shit about Louis Blunt, and a lot of people fucking have a lot of bad things to say about Louis Blunt. But remember this. Everybody in the scene needs to remember one thing. Louis Blunt is one person who gave a fuck about the scene when nobody else gave a fuck about the scene. He's given many bands a shot when no one else would give him a fucking shot. And for that, I say thanks, bro. Because not only that man is one of the first people that accepted me into the scene. He would see me every day. Every time there was a show. This was back when I was first going and I didn't really have cash. I was trying to get my disability. And I would always sit there and I'd look at the show through that little fucking window in the back. I'd always watch the show from there and just fucking headbanging. And I would have my own fucking show right there. I didn't give a fuck. I have my own little fucking mosh pit by myself. I didn't give a fuck. And one time Louis Blunts came to me and was like, hey, bro, come on in. He was like, I got you. Don't worry. Come on in. And that was the day I met you.
No shit. That's so crazy.
And
there used to be a guy who would go to all the shows too, and I've never personally got to meet him. Like I never shook his hand, anything. But he would go to a lot of shows, and he wore all black, like leather pants, tight leather pants, like a black cowboy hat kind of looking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen him before, but
yeah.
he would always do the same thing. He would just show up and like just stand there at the shows. I don't think he would even drink either. He would just be there like.
Yeah.
Actually, it was like.
And just enjoying it, you know,
Yeah.
and a lot of my great memories are there. I fucking have great memories. I met so many cool fucking people over there. I remember always standing right there by where in Thirsty Monkey where the you have that little brick piece that comes out like that and you have the little tree right there.
Oh yeah.
I'd always stand right there and watch all the shows and just love it. And I remember I met this one person there one time, and it's a little chick, and she's just in the fucking pit with all these dudes. Little fucking chick, just fucking boom, boom. And I'm like, bruh.
Right.
Like, dude.
Open that shit.
Like, that's what's up, dude. And it just changed my mind about a lot of things. And it was very sad the day that I came in there and I was like, hey, you got any more shows coming? And you're like, we aren't doing shows anymore.
Yeah.
And I saw it in your face, like, that was the hardest thing you had to tell me. Like,
yeah. I was like, God damn it.
like it just crushed me. I was like, well, I don't give a fuck. I still love Thirsty Monkey.
And I don't.
Pour me some
Not
shots.
in a bad way or anything, but I don't think I've seen you there since. Like,
Well,
yes.
no, I haven't really been downtown.
Oh
Period.
yeah, period. Yeah.
Period. Like every now and then, I'll occupy CNET, but it's very rare that I go downtown anymore. I went downtown strictly for the shows at Thirsty. Strictly for that. Now, when I do go in, it's too fucking packed in that area. Then I'm like, dude, I know by the time I get a fucking drink, it's already gonna be fucking closing time.
Right.
You know, so, you know, and I've had friends of mine like, dude, Devin's working, dude. You know you're gonna get your fucking drink right away. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not gonna do that. There's people that have been waiting there before me. I'm not gonna fucking do that.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
I've always said this about Thirsty Monkeys. There's no customer service up in that bitch.
Right.
Like, it's not. It's
You just see that motherfucker that's, you know, and because you see, and that's my thing though, is that I do love Thirsty Monkey, man. I love that place, and when I do go downtown, that's one place I do want to go into because I do love that place. It's a very cool place.
Who knows? Maybe one day we might do it again. Who knows? Like,
I think what should happen is this. I think it needs to be a thing of more chiller music. Well, one thing is this. We know the reason why it can't be.
Yeah. We're not gonna say why.
Right.
Yeah.
So, being that, we just know just not put that in there.
Yeah.
Just don't put that element, because obviously when other shows were there, those problems didn't happen. You know, so we know that that's the problem, so we just don't put that problem in it anymore, and we just eliminate it, you know. And like I said, I mean, I will personally be a guy that says I will be the guy that just throws the shows there. I don't mind it. And I run a tight ship. Ain't no fucking anybody getting in that ain't supposed to be in, and ain't nobody doing shit at all, period. Because when I love somebody or I love a venue, it's personal to me. It's very personal to me. You know, people don't understand what they took away. They took away a very special place. That was a very special place for a lot of metalheads. That was our home. We knew that we can go there and have a good time and drink cheap beers and cheap shots and have a great fucking night.
Dude, hell yeah.
And now we're in a place where we're looking for our new place. And Cena's become it, you know, because Bert is an amazing fucking guy. And Shooter and Bridget and Freddie, all those guys, amazing fucking people that make metalheads feel welcome. And it's hard for metalheads because metalheads have a hard time finding the venues that will make them feel welcome.
Yeah, the reason why that happens a lot too, though, is because a lot of it's really rare for people to be around the age of like 30 older
Yeah.
who like let's go to these metal shows and stuff like that. Most
Yeah.
of them, it's to most generations, like a lot of kids, it's kind of like their emo stage and they're young, so
Yeah.
like the venues not being there is because the bar itself is not making any profit off alcohol sales because of
Obviously,
that,
obviously.
yeah, so that's where everything kind of collides, and it sucks.
Does.
It really does suck, and
It
but
does. It really does. And the thing is that metalheads, they are drinkers. They're fucking some alcoholic motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's usually the bandmates, like the ones who want to come see the show, and like the kiddos and stuff, like they're the ones that can't.
Yeah,
and that's mainly our 80% of like
obvious.
yeah.
And the thing is that I get it, and it breaks my heart with it, but you know, by no means will I stop supporting a venue because of that.
Oh yeah.
Not at all, especially a place like Thirsty Monkey, which anybody listening, Jackal's Corner supports Thirsty Monkey 100%. 100 fucking percent. This is the bar that you will most likely see me downtown. If I'm downtown, most likely you'll see Jackal's Corner inside Thirsty Monkeys, because that is a great fucking place. Good fucking owners, good fucking people that run that shit.
We'll see, guys. I mean, I can't make any promises, but who knows? Maybe I'll pull some shit out of my ass and be like, hey, you know what? We're gonna start doing shows again. You know, like
that would be
who
cool,
knows?
man.
Who knows? It might take a while, and may not be now. May not be like
in the near future.
Months, but it might happen one day. You know, because Thirsty Monkey ain't going anywhere for a long time. Trust me.
Damn right. Yeah. So, and just remember, guys, if we get this chance to have it back, don't fuck it up, guys.
Yes, please. Don't.
Please just listen to the fucking rules, guys. Just obey the fucking shit. It's not that fucking hard. Everybody has a fucking car. If you need to smoke fucking weed, go to your fucking car. Yeah. Or go the fuck away from the fucking venue. Go to a venue that isn't associated with that you don't like. Go smoke outside that one.
Go to a club.
Yes, go there. Don't take our live venues away. Be smart about it, guys, and don't let no fucking minors in anymore, dude. No, you might be friends with people that are young, but you know what? We had to fucking wait, so they gotta fucking wait too. Fuck that shit. We need more venues, so let's do whatever we gotta do to keep our fucking venues that we got. We had to fucking already fight the fucking city trying to take our shit. Let's not fuck it by our own fucking people. You know. Other than that, man, shit, man. What if? So, what are you planning with Fragment after it comes out? Hopefully, some shows. Hopefully, you guys are planning on at least coming live.
I want to once we get the members for it, to kind of like come back from that hole we were in and whatnot. The new track I've been writing is basically like, because it's been a while, and it's been a while with this whole COVID, because I feel like, dude, this year went by super fast, like out of my mind fast. Like I'm just like, oh shit, and like there's so many artists and other bandmates from like other bands that I still see, and they're like, are you still doing anything, kind of thing, and whatever. And it's like, I am. It's been really hard lately. And so this new track's basically, there's a lot of people who think like I died out already, like I'm not doing music anymore, and it's like, oh no, hell yeah, I still am. So this new track is basically like I haven't laid my own grave kind of thing, like that I want to release, like I'm still here, blah blah. And other than that too, like I get asked this really rarely because a lot of people don't know I'm a vocalist, but I do everything for free too. Like, you guys need someone to feature in a song for 30 seconds. You need a fucking vocalist or something. Like, hit me up. I'm good at writing things for you, even if you have your own lyrics and not the chorus. Like, I could write that shit for you too. Ask Fernie, I helped him out too. A bunch of people. Like, if you guys need someone, like, I pretty much have spare time other than the night when I'm at the bar, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so.
So yeah, guys, definitely do that, man. Take this guy up on that offer because that man can do some shit, man. He's got some pipes on him, and he
I
can
love
write.
doing it for the love of it. I don't ask for money.
Yeah,
I like writing. I like singing. And
definitely.
fucking I put those two together. Someone asking me is
Yeah.
just like, oh, really, me? Like, out of everyone else, like, really, you're gonna ask me? I was like, oh, okay, heart. Let me do it.
Right.
Like, and I enjoy it. I sit there. I have a room. It's like my studio, separate from my actual house. And I go back there and fucking I'll be there with my Red Bulls, my cigarettes, sometimes beer, tequila maybe. Like, and
Yeah.
I just like writing, and I like trying to mend things together. It's like a puzzle to me. And
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, and I like putting shit together. Fucking, does this sound good? Does this sound good? Kind of thing. And it's something I really do enjoy. It's a passion and it's a hobby for sure. I don't see it as a job or anything like that. So if other bands need help with shit too, like, dude, let me know. Like, I like doing it. I fucking love doing it.
Absolutely.
And anything definitely for the Valley community wise, like, dude, there's times where I need help too. Shit, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
how do I do this instrumentally wise, like key wise or something? Like, I've never played a keyboard. I've always heard, like, if you could play a keyboard, then you could fucking play like any instrument kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's just like, instrumental wise, I am an idiot. Like, I don't know. I maybe know a few chords on acoustic, but electric guitar, bass, drum, like all that, I'm just, I wouldn't know how to write anything like that.
But that's the thing, is that this is the thing. You see, you have vocalists that are vocalist guitarists, vocalist bassists, vocalist drummers. Then you have vocalists. And that's what they do.
Yeah.
They sing, and they sing badass. I met some people that say, I'm a vocalist. And couldn't sing a fucking lick if their life depended on it. But I won't knock them for it, because that person who sounds like shit now, after practice, may sound like a fucking god.
Oh yeah.
You know,
and back in the day, the reason I pushed myself to be good, my first band was called The Crown and Peril. Dude, I was maybe 17 years old. Like, I'm talking about over a decade ago. Like, and I remember I would practice, and there was a friend of a friend who came to watch us practice or whatever. And I remember when we finished, he told me, and it was a little hurtful. He was like, "Bro, you sing horrible." He was like, "You sing through your nose," and he was like, "You sound like Squidward singing," or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. And it was true. Like, back then when I first started singing, I never went to choir, nothing. I didn't know how to sing from my diaphragm. Mm-hmm. I just sang fucking pressure through my throat and like my nose kind of shit or whatever. I didn't know much. And then after the years, like, one day I was just like, oh, I felt it come out of my diaphragm, and I practiced like that. Diaphragm. Oh my God, the notes came out so much prettier. But after finalizing my diaphragm singing and stuff like that, I started doing falsettos. And falsettos was like a whole new world to me. Oh, yeah. I loved it. Like, so now I try to implement falsettos in like almost all my songs. Like, and there's actually falsettos and departures if you listen closely and stuff like that. But right. I love falsettos. It's still something I'm trying to master. I'm not perfect at it, but I'm still trying to master that. And then now, because I've told you that I write screams as well. There's bands like Architects and shit like that, where there's all these new bands coming out where they like scream sing, like they're screaming with notes and keys and melodies in that scream, like, and it's insane. And so lately I've been trying to convert both my screaming and my clean into one kind of thing, and it's a bitch. Like, it's so hard. Like, you have to try to find like that certain muscle position and diaphragm push out kind of thing where you don't ruin your vocal cords. Like, it's so fucking weird. But yeah, so I'm always learning. Like, I haven't mastered anything. Like, I'm not a professional singer or nothing like that. Like, I do it for fun, but I'm still learning every day, bro. Every day I'm like, oh shit.
Definitely, man. And one thing I will say about this is that I'm gonna stick my neck out for you, my man, and I'm gonna tell people I give you the Steven stamp of approval, man. People, listen to his music, man. Listen to the Fragment. Like, I'm telling you right now, this is something that's gonna put the Valley on the fucking map. I am freaking out with how great this is, and I think COVID happened for a reason. A lot of good music is coming out right now. I don't know if you know 40 Caliber Kiss.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, check out they did a fucking rendition of The Weeknd's song.
No shit.
What is that? Fuck, something about lights. I'll look for it right now. It's fucking amazing, dude. It's fucking amazing. The version they did blew my mind when I saw it. When I heard this song. I have it on my stuff right now. Oh, look at that Fragment. Transcendent. That's the one I was telling you that has that
Okay.
Johnny Craig feel to it.
Okay, Transcend. Yeah, yeah.
Transcend. That has a whole Johnny Craig feel. That's the one I heard. And I was like, oh, this.
Yeah, it's got Transcendence. But we kind of name it that band wise when we're practice would be like, oh, we're gonna name it, or just for practice like, oh. We're ready to play tranny? Okay, we're playing tranny. Like fucking like funny
nice.
stuff. But
Blinding Lights is the name of the song. The song from The Weeknd, Blinding Lights.
oh, no,
40 Caliber does a rendition of that, and it's fucking amazing. I'm like,
oh hell yeah.
You know, I love that band.
I like a lot of bands here in the Valley, to be honest. One of my favorites though, to be on top of the list, and nothing hurtful to any other bands because I like everyone's stuff. But Decided Impact, like. Oh, bro, like
cheers to them,
dude, like that. Their shit's just always like,
yeah,
like jelly. Like
you see, one of my favorite bands down here is Viberhaven.
Jesus. Oh, yeah, Wraith was also fucking
Wraith, bro, Wraith,
dude.
I got a feeling we're about to.
Believe it or not, true fucking story actually, and it's kind of a lengthy story. Let me see if I could kind of like minimize it real quick.
Oh, we got time.
But do you know a drummer named Tommy?
Tommy what?
Thomas.
Thomas Everlart?
I think so, yeah.
Drummer Wraith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so check this out. Long time ago, the drummer and is his name Marco, guitarist?
For Wraith?
Yeah. Or no, Mark something with an M.
Not for Wraith.
Not for Wraith. What band
for Wraith, it was Virgil, vocalist, Thomas Avalar for drums, Bongi, and Carlos Contreras.
Carlos.
Yeah.
Okay, Carlos. He shaved his head recently, right? Okay, so check this out. So, Carlos and Thomas, a long time ago, years ago. This is me, like, out of my first band, Crown and Peril. So Thomas and Carlos, they were doing a side project, and it was at Thomas's house, and they were looking for a vocalist. They hit me up. I go in, and I remember we were like in Thomas's like garage that was like made into a room or some shit, right? So they're playing these tracks, and I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, this is some good shit that I've never heard of, right? And I'm like, cool. They're playing it badass. I wrote some shit to it, but unfortunately, Thomas, some shit happened at the time where like he had to like move to up north or something like that. Yeah. That project just kind of broke away. But when that project was happening, they basically said in that project like, oh yeah, there's this one guy who this is his music, and he's asked us to make a project out of it, to play it and stuff like that. And he went up north for trucking or some job or I don't know what, and he gave this music to them to do the project of. Okay, so I was writing in that project. Well, anyways, after that project goes down or whatever, it didn't happen. I did Far From Embrace, and then after Far From Embrace is when I was in Far From Embrace. I had a bunch of like bass equipment I was selling. So I sell all this bass equipment, and some guy hits me up on Facebook, and this is Adrian, my current guitarist, and I didn't know who the fuck this guy was. And he was like, "Hey, you still have your bass equipment?" And I was like, "Yeah, why you're interested?" He's like, "No, I'm looking for someone to play with." And I was like, "Oh, I'm not really a bassist, man. I'm a vocalist." So he sends me tracks, right? And I'm hearing this shit, and I'm like, "Dude, I've written this shit before. Like, where'd I written it from? Like, what the fuck?" It so happens that project that Thomas and Carlos were doing was actually Adrian's music of the original Fragment right now that me and him made. Yeah, so he's showing me the tracks that he wrote, and he was like, "Yeah, I told him to make a project out of it years ago, but it never happened." And so he's sending me these same tracks, and I'm like, "Dude, I've heard this. So I've actually written it," and I found those emails. I sent it to him, and he's like, "What the hell? Like, what the fuck?" Blah, blah. So me and Adrian, we got together, and we're like, "Okay, we're gonna call it the Fragment," because one of those songs that Thomas and Carlos were writing to was called Fragments.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that's how Adrian named it, and he did it for one of his brothers that passed away and stuff or whatever, and so we start this project, just me and him. My old Far From Embrace buddies come in, and we just beef the fuck out of the songs to make it to what it is now. But yeah, I actually the Fragment was almost Carlos and Thomas's and I's project years ago. Yeah.
Let me tell you something,
Super
man.
weird. Super weird.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. You know, Wraith is one of my bands. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind if Wraith ever comes back. Like, I will. Like, amazing.
They put on a hell of a show too.
every time, dude. A great. It was perfect.
What's his name? He would go up the bass like in the middle of the crowd.
Fucking Bongi.
Yeah, if fucking. I would laugh because sometimes he'd do it with like no shoes or socks. He would just be there like
Fucking
barefoot,
Bongi.
like, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
This is
dude.
crazy.
Bongi's jamming with Unholy Desecration right now. Yeah, man. And dude, that band, man, I miss that old days. I miss the days with like Below the Grave and Wraith and these bands like that, and Redemption by Cutting Fist and Forsaken Empire and these bands like that. I miss
I used to
those
dig an old
bands.
band too called Exist of Veil.
Oh yes.
Yeah, bro. Holy shit. They all fell off the map though. Like, except I think one of their guitarists or something that maybe I think still does something. But most of them, like, I haven't seen or heard from since that band.
Yeah, it's crazy how that happens, and I mean, not saying anything, but I mean, who knows? I mean, anything could happen, and maybe Wraith will come back, and I hope they do. And if they do, I all I know is that I've had your back, so I get the first fucking interview, man.
Right.
Fuck that, dude. You know. But even if I don't, I still love you guys.
Alright.
You're still
Did
my
any of
boo.
them move? Make them do like a little reunion real quick. Fucking one reunion show.
Yeah, dude, that would be great, man. Because Wraith is it's my band, dude. It's the reason. Truth be known, I wasn't gonna stay in the valley. I was here visiting. I was doing some work with a record label that I worked with at the time to find bands. And I was gonna come and do my job and leave, and I saw Wraith, and I was like, "Oh my fuck, I gotta fucking stay. This is what the fuck." Like, I obviously I'm like in my paradise of music that I'm gonna fucking love, and it was just amazing. It was amazing. I met so many people that I didn't know were gonna be key players in what this became. In that night, I met the guys of Below the Grave. I met Wraith, Redemption by Cutting Fist. I met Viberhaven. I met Louis Blunts. I met Rock Angels. I met...
Okay, Crown and Pearl, my first band, were under Rock Angels. Yeah, I remember that. Holy crap.
I met you. I met the owner of fucking Thirsty Monkey. All in that fucking first night of me being in the valley.
Damn.
I was like, I gotta stay here, man. Like, I gotta stay here. Met Below the Grave, and I told them, man, I'm too fucked up, man. Like, I was staying at my mom's house when I moved down here. It's like, I'm too fucked up, man. I can't go into my mom's house like that. And these guys are like, fuck it, bro. You can come to our fucking house. You can fucking party with us. And we're all partying, and their drummer, Angel, he
Dude,
says
he's a talented ass kid.
he's like a
man.
motherfucker, dude.
Him and his brother.
Fubi,
Like,
yeah.
fuck.
He says we're all hanging out and we're jamming to Slayer, and he's like, what's a good thing to eat to eat with Slayer? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, I got ramen noodles. I was like, ramen noodles? He's like, yeah, ramen noodles. Fuck yeah, ramen noodles. He's like, fucking noodles and Slayer.
Noodles and Slayer. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And I fucking love those guys. I mean, I want to bring those boyos on this show, man, because
Are they still doing something?
not that I know of. I mean, but I mean, anything's possible.
I remember I featured in one of like his tracks, Angel's tracks. But I don't think we ever released it. I'm not sure. It was so long ago, I can't remember, man. But I remember being at his house once, and he had me feature in some song.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, and I love those guys. Every single one of them, man. Every single one of them, man. I think Fubi deserves a lot more respect than he gets. He's a very smart man, and he's very talented, and a very solid guy. When I first moved down here, a lot of people didn't give me any fucking anything. You know, a lot of people weren't there for me, and Fubi was. Fubi was always there for me.
Personality though, that's just real open. That like you get used to like real quick. Like
Yeah, he's always had my back, and that's why I always have his. I'm one of those dying breeds. I believe that if you have my back, I'll have your back until the fucking last breath I take. No matter what you do, I'll always have your back. Yeah, it's just who I am. Yeah, but yeah, man. The Valley's shown me a lot of weirdness, a lot of goodness, and a lot of different, and I love it. Like, I wish people would come down here and see truly what the Valley is. It breaks my heart that the news paints the Valley as this fucking war-torn country.
Yeah.
You know, like we're some third world fucking Iraqi fucking country, and tanks and bombs are going off over here. And
Right.
fucking people are jumping out of fucking armored cars and blowing shit up. And, man, this ain't Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
Like, get the fuck over it, man. Like, actually, this is one of the most peaceful places I've ever fucking lived. Everybody has everybody's fucking back.
Yeah.
You know? And it's fucking crazy. And all the shit that's been going on this last 4 years has shown me a lot of shit. I'm a person who, as everybody knows, I'm a very blunt motherfucker. I say what I fucking mean and mean what I fucking say. And I
That's
fucking
the only
hate...
way you gotta be. You gotta be blunt.
Yeah, and I'm a person who, I hate Donald Trump. I think he's a piece of goddamn shit. You know, he's just a fucking idiot. He's just a fucking idiot. He cannot fucking achieve a fucking plan if it saved his fucking life.
Yeah.
He's a fucking idiot. This fucking guy literally said, the only way we're gonna get rid of COVID is let everybody get COVID.
We're a fucking idiot. Yeah.
I'm like, that's like saying, that's like if Ronald Reagan came out and said, how we're gonna do the war on drugs is everybody's gonna do drugs. You know?
God,
like, the fuck, bro? Like Joe Biden, a lot of people don't like him. I get it. I get it. But this is the thing. And I get the people who work in the oil field and they're like, what the fuck? What am I going to do for work? But it's not concrete yet. One thing that is concrete about him is that he's hardcore about the COVID thing. See, the only thing I've ever wanted to see Donald Trump do is show some kind of remorse for the people that have died.
Yeah.
The Americans that have died in this country.
And
Not one time.
He's
Not one
a
time
dick in that.
it's like he can't do it.
He quoted something that like the soldiers who have died in Iraq or whatever are losers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw that or not.
Oh. Trust me, I did.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. The day he said that, I was watching the news and he said that, and I was holding one of my beautiful 5x5 glasses that you can get in Mission, Texas, right there at 5x5.
Mm-hmm.
But I had my 5x5 glass, and he said that, and I just said,
Like, motherfucker.
it pissed me off so hard that I squeezed it and just shattered that shit. Because how can anybody say that they support a man because they love America who disrespects the heart and soul of America?
Yeah.
That's a veteran. That's a person who was willing to give his life so that you do have the freedom to vote for a fucking jackass.
Yeah.
You know? Him talking about he didn't give a fuck about people in Arlington because they're losers and suckers.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking saying McCain was a fucking loser because he was a POW? Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you fucking serious? Everything else that he would say, I didn't roll down my back. But you talk about a veteran, I'm going to tell you right now, anybody watching this and anybody who knows me, understand this. Talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about, but you would never ever disrespect a veteran in my presence. I stand firm behind that 1,000%, and this is something that I want people to understand. This isn't me being Jekyll's Corner. This isn't me being anything. This is me being Steven. Don't disrespect a veteran in my presence. That'll lose my shit. I will fuck you up immediately. I stand behind my veterans, and here's a little shocker for you guys too. I back the blue because officers are not all bad.
Oh yeah.
There are some good fucking officers out there. And here's a little tip for you guys. If you don't want to fucking deal with the cops, don't break the fucking law.
For real, right?
Here you go. If you don't want a fucking shopping worker to fucking fuck with you, don't go into their store. You don't want a cop to fuck with you, don't fucking break the law.
For real.
It doesn't matter if you believe that it shouldn't be fucking illegal. It is. Deal with it. And obey the fucking law. These guys are officers of the law. They just want to go home just like you want to fucking go home when you're at work. They want to go see their wives, their kids. Let them.
Speaking of that, there's a friend that was telling me that supposedly they passed a new law in, was it FAR? I think in FAR or Mission. FAR Mission, that now, like, if you get pulled over and you have weed on you, that it's only a ticket now. You don't
Yeah, that's
jail.
in FAR. It's
FAR.
it's the new law that he is talking about is called Cite and See. So cite as in cite you, as in give you a citation and let you go.
Yeah, they were talking about that last night at Monkeys, and I was like, what? I was like, that's good. Even though I don't do it, but I was still like, that's crazy. Like, things are
slowly changing. It's actually, let me say, correct myself, it's cite and release. This is the same law that Austin, Texas has. If you are carrying anything, I believe it's, and do not quote Jekyll's Corner or me on this, I believe it's anything under 2 ounces or an ounce. They will cite you and let you and release you. Now, the citation is a citation that says that you will have to pay this fine, and if you do not pay this fine, it does work the same way as any other fine. You will be arrested, and you will have to do time for that. So, guys, let's show them how responsible we can be. You know that it's not officially legally for us to have that. Guys, stoners, if you get caught with your shit, own up. Do your shit. Let's show people that we are responsible fucking citizens. And we need our shit legal. Because we own up to our shit. Straight up, man. Are you motherfuckers out there talking about you body, gangster? Fucking own up to your shit. Be a man. Own up to your shit. I own up to all the shit I did. I know that if I'm rolling in a car and I'm smoking a fatty boom batty blunt, I know that I'm going to go to jail or I'm going to get a citation if I get caught. You know the repercussions. Own up to that shit. That's all I got to say about that, but bro. So, yeah, man. I think we're at the point of the night that, yeah, we're going to go ahead and close it out. and everything. So
All right.
at this point, I'd like to give you a chance to give any shout outs, to any friends, family, girls, moms, dads, anything that you want to give to.
Shout out to my grandmother, my one and only. Shout out to my son. Shout out to Thirsty Monkeys owners, Ben, Jess, and Eric,
Yeah.
for fucking being there for me, music wise and bar wise and scene wise for a bit. Shout out to Jackal's Corner. Hell yeah. Shout out to Adrian, my other boy who couldn't make it today. One of our guitarists and good writer. He just had a new baby. Thank the Lord.
Congratulations, man, from
Yeah.
Jackal's Corner.
But shout out to all the other musicians who keep trying, even though you go through hard times and everything like that. You guys have it in you. Just keep going. Don't give up.
For sure.
There's a lot of us who started when we were kids, fucking 14, 15 years old, and we're here at the age of 30 something, like, and just growing, and we're still here trying, still here.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Don't expect anything. Don't expect to get signed. Don't expect this to happen. Just do what you love, and eventually it will come find you. That's what I say. Yeah.
Hey, damn, man. I'll tell you something right now. That is some of the greatest shout outs I've ever fucking seen on this show. That's what's up. That's what's up. Straight up, man. So, guys, go check out my boy stuff on the Fragment, man. Go check his shit out, man. Like, for real. He's got his shit on Spotify. He got his shit on what's he got it on?
It's on every platform: Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube. It's on everything. It's on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so all you motherfuckers have no reason to not listen to them. You broke? Check it out. You can go to YouTube, Spotify. You got some money?
I think the only ones that charge it are, I think, Apple Music or iTunes. I forgot which one. And then Amazon. I think those are the only ones.
And let me tell you this. If you got 99 cents, you can support your nigga.
Yeah.
So get your asses out there and support your fucking people. Straight out. Because that's all that Jackal's Corner is about, is supporting that local fucking talent. Getting people fucking out there. Getting people to fucking jam the fuck out and understand that the RGV is not only the RGV, but we are RGV strong. And speaking of that, get your asses over to 5x5 Brewery. And thank you guys for sponsoring us for our awesome alcohol. They got a fucking beer out there right now called RGV Strong. RGV Strong. All you motherfuckers out there talking about 956 get your asses out there, because that's the 956 beer. Get your asses out there and get that. That is dedicated for the fucking Valley at a 10 point. So get out there and get that shit.
Hell yeah.
Concert culture, guys. Fucking love you guys. Thank you for fucking doing what you do for us. Get hold of these guys. I mean, you want a show done? Get hold of them. Quinceañera, get hold of them. You want some DJing? Get hold of them. You want some karaoke? Check it out. Get hold of them. If you want, and if you just want great fucking sound and not to sound like shit, get hold of them. But also the Snack Attack, man, guys, you saved our lives by getting us some fucking face masks. You guys are amazing for creating us some shirts. Thank you guys. If you guys are out there in the Rio area, correct? Yeah, you guys out in the Rio area, hit up fucking Snack Attack, man. Great fucking people, man. Also, give a shout out to Motor Ramen, man. Mention Jackal's Corner and see what kind of special gift they give you. Put it in my comments. Let me know what's up. But tell them Jackal's Corner sent you. Right there in the Mission fucking food park. Get your asses out there. Get some fucking grub. Go to 5x5. Get that RGV strong. And fucking fill your fucking soul and your body with 100% fucking RGV. Other than that, guys, I want to say thank you to the fucking Fragment for jumping on and chilling with me tonight. I want to thank my boy Jay Moniz. This guy never gets real shout outs, but this fucking guy is my heart and soul of this fucking show. If you guys see this guy out here, you fucking shake his hand if you're a dude. If you're a chick, hey, go ahead and give him a fucking jack off, man. He needs it, man. Give it to him.
Jack off corner.
Yes.
Ah,
You give it to him, man. You do it. Other than that, bros and chicas out there, I love you guys. I also want to give a shout out to a very special person in my life, my wife. That chick has my fucking back like crazy. She lets me go to shows. She lets me do this. She lets me do all my crazy shit and dress up like a unicorn and dance in fucking HEB fucking aisles. So I fucking love that girl. She's my rock girl. That's my rocking queen. And all you guys find yourself a love and peace and love. After that, peace and love to you guys. I love you guys. Join me next week on Jekyll's Corner. And I love you guys. Get yourself some 5x5. I'm out.
Peace, guys.